weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.
Hey everybody, Jim here to review Guardians of the Galaxy #2 from Marvel Comics, coming out this week. It's written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, with art by Kev Walker. If you saw my video on issue #1, you'll know I wasn't the biggest fan of that issue and the start of this run by Lansing and Kelly. It was okay. It was solid enough. It was just a tad bit predictable and kind of boring by the end. Now, they did end up having to take some time introducing or reintroducing the team, and we did get a glimpse of the big thing going forward, which is Grootfall. Kind of haven't gotten my head around what Grootfall is just yet, but I'm somewhat intrigued with it. But in the here and now, I'm still kind of iffy if I think that Lansing and Kelly get the characters and have something in mind that might be fun. So we'll see, because really the one thing that I kind of go with is that the Guardians shouldn't be boring. A book can be a bunch of things to a bunch of different people, but boring really doesn't go, in my mind, with a Guardians of the Galaxy book. So I was hoping that this issue would pick up that fun and excitement level that I do expect from the Guardians of the Galaxy. So let's jump into this right after I ask everybody, if you haven't already, to subscribe to the channel, like the video, enable notifications, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of Guardians of the Galaxy #2.
Morty, have you met Gearhead? Hey, how's Morty here? He would love to hear all about the Gear Wars.
How familiar are you with the Gear Wars exactly?
Not at all.
Oh boy, I envy you.
So how familiar are you with the fight for the fold exactly? Don't worry if you even know what I'm talking about. Don't worry if you don't know your Whitecaps from your Sectors United, or if you're convinced like I am that the planet Standoff has to be populated by all the girls who ignored you at the junior high dances. Lansing and Kelly will get you up to speed. Whether that's a good or bad thing, though, will be up to you to decide. But I thought it was a whole lot of lesson learning and info for very, very little payoff. There's not a ton of things happening in this issue, and what does end up happening just feels forced into kind of, hey, we need Peter to get this, we need Gamora to get that, let's get moving, and it just feels very random. While Peter and Manus meet up with Peter's old sergeant, Kraken Torth of the Sectors United, Gamora and Nebula try to talk to the Whitecaps. They keep arguing about a plan. It doesn't really feel like there really is a plan, but in the end, it just, again, feels like an overextended way to force some things into this book. And after the first issue, this connected dots kind of storytelling is already wearing thin. I'm sure that these pieces of the puzzle will connect the closer we get to confronting Grootfall, but right now, it actually just feels too random for me to get fully invested. So what does happen? Peter gets a mysterious message before we find out his lobster buddy doesn't care about Grootfall and won't give peace a chance, while Gamora and Nebula kind of talk to the Whitecaps and then fight them and then steal some Mysterium that will get them money to fuel their ship. I can tell when I'm not enjoying an issue by how many times I check what page I'm on while reading it, and I checked a whole bunch of times. Lansing and Kelly seem way more concerned with everything that isn't the Guardians so far, and while that is a problem, I'm more worried that their take on the characters just doesn't feel quite right. Now, that can change, but right now, just doesn't feel right. Whether it is the case or not, it does feel like this is more of the movie Guardians than the comic book ones. There are moments in this issue that kind of make you scratch your head and wonder if Lansing and Kelly are aware of what these characters have been through recently and in the past. As far as the art goes, I think Kev Walker is okay, but I don't think his cartoony style is a great fit for this book. But at least it looks like he's having a little bit of fun with it, because I'm not. And I hate to sound like such a downer. Believe me, I do hate that. But after 2 issues, I'm just not having any fun with this book. And it's okay to not have fun with a book, but I'm also bored. And I said it at the beginning. For me personally, I don't think a Guardians book should ever be boring. Now, everybody likes what they like and whatever, and let me know what you think, obviously. But this is my opinion of it. I'll always give a book 3 issues before I decide if I'm going to drop it. So next issue really needs to wow me for me to continue with this. So all of that said and done, I'm giving Guardians of the Galaxy #2 a 5 out of 10. And I really want to hear what everybody else thought of it. If you like it a lot more than me, or if you like it less, whatever the deal may be, it's not to fight or anything like that. I really do like to hear how people, their take on the books. And if it's different than mine, that's great. So let me know in the comments below all of that jazz. And I hope the next issue is better, but I will talk to you all later.
You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.